أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه. My dear sister, my dear brother, inshallah, today show on the latest health news in the last 7 days with some Islamic perspective. But before going into this subject, or the main subject, no doubt all of us, Muslim in Britain, were shocked, horrified, feeling sad for the fire arson in a house, Muslim house in Leicester. The wife, the 3 teenage children, 2 boys and 1 girl, died in a deliberate arson attack on a house in Leicester. The father, the husband, he was working in Northern Ireland as a doctor, neurosurgeon, and he came back to see no wife, no daughter, no 2 sons, no house, nothing. It's very shocking. We should all pray to Allah to give him sabr and tolerance. We should all pray to Allah to take his children and wife to Jannah, to heaven, to paradise. This is unjust killing. And Allah merciful. You know, people die from sometimes earthquake, from flood, from disease. This, inshallah, shuhada. And they should be all in heaven. What's amazing about this family, Muslim family, they bought a house, they say, just to be next to the mosque. Allahu Akbar. The children attending regularly the mosque, Islamic classes all the time. And the father, the husband, when he came on television, this happened last Thursday night or morning, few days ago. He looked like Imam, subhanallah, with a beard and very good Muslim. May Allah reward him and give him strength. This is a big test. This is very heartbroken incident. So I repeat again, please do all dua for him and for his 3 children, innocent children, under 18-year-old, and his innocent wife, for Allah to grant them heaven and Jannah, inshallah. Now, the second part of this story, which I want you to learn from it, I think it's very, very important to learn why this fire happened in the house. Is any way to avoid it or to prevent it? This arson attack. Obviously, occasionally we have fire through mistake of us. You know, the cooker, the electricity, it happened, something to do with us. But now we're having rising number, especially Muslim house, Asian house, due to Islamophobia, you know, to racism, attack on Muslim, etc. Fire in the house. I never forget a few months ago, the GP, Muslim doctor in East London, he lost all his family in fire. Although, by the way, they're saying now, it's mistaken, you know, house. Maybe the people planning to do the arson in another house, maybe it was a mistake. Allah knows. Let's go back to something to learn for the future. We don't want this to happen to any Muslim house, to any house, even in Britain or anywhere. My dear brother and sister, I'm raising this few ideas for prevention, because Majority of Muslim house neglect. They don't do it. Let me go one by one. First one, smoke alarm. Remember that. Smoke alarm is a kitchen on the entrance. Smoke alarm in bedroom, upstairs. 5, 10 quid, 10 pounds, it's nothing to save your life. Most, I bet, and I pray to Allah that I'm wrong, I bet most Muslim houses haven't got smoke alarm. We need it badly today, especially Muslim houses. This is the first, please. If you haven't got it today in your house, do it and buy one quickly. There are a lot on the market today. By the way, related to it, gas alarm was a carbon monoxide from the gas, the cooker. Crucial. I beg you, every Muslim house, one alarm in the ceiling for the gas, they kill you without fire, kill you while you're lying down, nobody knows. And smoke alarm for an alarm, fire alarm for the kitchen, for the entrance, for the bedroom. Very important. Next, what you can do. There is letter box normally in every house, except a flat, as you know. Letter box. Postman, put the letter in. Any evil person can put something with fire to go in the letter box to burn your house. You have to do something about letter box. Because this might happen again. And as I said, there are more attacks on Muslim and Muslim house and mosque and more Islamophobia and more National Front attack, EDL, etc. Letter box. How can you get your letter? Safe. How can you keep your hole for the letter safe from somebody putting something to burn the house? There are two ways. First way, letterbox, behind the letterbox, basket, metallic basket. And make sure the basket not close to wood, to the door, etc. Basket. So when the letter go in the basket, does not go on the floor. So when any evil person want to put fire in the letterbox, it's contained in the basket. Safer, no doubt. An alarm, if you have alarm, will start quickly. Another way for the letterbox. You know, every house has got a door. You see many nice house today, they build, what you call it, another door in front of the main door, like a box, another door. So the letterbox in the another door, not in your main door to the house. So God forbid, if anything happen, put inside, it stay outside your door. But obviously, if you neglect, it might go more, and go affecting your main door, etc. So this could be expensive, I know. But cheaper way, the box for your letter, not in your door, outside. Outside, a box, build outside, in front of you, next to your door, on the side, box. Many people do that, and this happens to flat commonly, pigeonhole, etc. So another safe way, inshallah, to protect. If anybody want to put something, he cannot, and if he put something, he wouldn't put it in the letterbox outside, on the side of your main door, outside, not in your main door. So my dear brother and sister, please remember these things, and please remember, extra precaution when you are maybe suspect some people might do something to you, need to be more cautious. if you are active Muslim, if you're doing a lot of things in Britain, and many people non-Muslim would not like you to stay alive, maybe. You know, you have to take precaution. So I mentioned to you few precautions, my dear brothers and sisters. This is crucial to prevent, inshallah, any fire, any arson, any attack on any of our house. Let's remember, at the end of the day, we all scared of the real fire, hellfire. We should be aware all the time, working day and night as a good practicing Muslim to avoid the hellfire. There should be no human being causing fire to human being. Only Allah will do that in a hellfire, justly, in a just way. You know, there should be no human being causing fire to anyone. No human being. Even I remember a story at the time Prophet Muhammad to burn some insect or ant. He refused the Prophet Muhammad. You know, you don't use fire and burn. We say at the end of the day, may Allah protect us, protect our house, and protect also our mosque. We have been having rising number of this attack on the mosque, fire in a window, etc. By the way, window, I forgot to mention, there could be a window open of your house, especially on the ground floor, etc. You need to take precaution. My final point in this issue, it may be a good idea to ask the police, free of charge. They come and visit you and tell you about crime to avoid burglary. Not many Muslims know that. Not many Muslims do it. The police love to be called. Can you check my house? Is any way burglary might happen to my house? How can I take precaution? And I think it's good to ask also, he might give you more advice, the police, how to protect your house from fire. My dear sister, my dear brother, I repeat again, please pray to Dr. Muhammad Tawfiq Sattar, who is the only one left alive, the father, the husband, in Leicester, to give him patience, tolerance, to grant him Jannah, to grant his family, his wife and 3 children Jannah, and may Allah bring them together on the day of judgment in Jannah and heaven. And I'm hoping today to mobilize Muslim doctor and Muslim, to send email to Jamia Mosque in Leicester, next to the house, to send email condolence. This is the Islamic way. This is the ethical way, and it will help to send condolence to this Muslim doctor. Now, let me move to my latest health issue and subject. And I have quite a few here. Today, a frightening medical report. Calpol, if taken once a month, 4 times more likely to give asthma. Rabu, asthma, bronchial asthma. You cannot breathe and you need air, or you need medicine, or you need, inhaler, etc. Calpol, paracetamol. We use it a lot to our children. In fact, I don't know, a few days ago, something about paracetamol also, etc. We prescribe to ourselves a lot of medicine without thinking about the side effect and problem. And believe me now, the more time goes, the more medical study goes, the more side effect and problem for the common drug we take today. So I want you to be aware of that. If there is any substitute, safe substitute, to ask your doctor, and not to be generous. When any small thing with your child, Calpol, and you buy it without prescription from the pharmacy. So I hope this will open the eye of some Muslim, our parent, our mother, and not to be generous and not to be frequently prescribing Calpol. The other things In fact, a few days ago, there was a big program about bottled water and normal drinking water from the tap, from the sink. And after testing, doing medical test, and after testing the two types of water, the winner was the free water in your sink, not the bottled water. You know, you buy it, 50p, £1, is the fashion today everywhere. Now, hormone disrupting chemical in bottled water. This may be the 10th time I'm reading it now. Study after study. When you put water, especially if it stays long time, not fresh, you know, you don't worry much in the bottled water. But when you put it in the fridge long time, when you salesman, the grocery shop, supermarket buy it and store it long time, and he put it chemical. Plastic, from the plastic, chemical interact with the water. Carcinogenic, can cause cancer. And the second one coming today again and again, hormone disrupting chemical. You know hormone? This is disruption of the natural sex hormone in the body. This is why we're having a big problem today. His boy want to be girl, girl want to be boy. You know, attachment to the same sex, etc. We have big problem. I remember many years back there was a study also about chicken. They inject hormone, estrogen. Or drinking water, you know, not from bottle, maybe in some place from tap, saying because the normal water, they purify. Some of it come even from sewage. They purify. So more women and girls are taking contraceptive pill. And when they do, we pee, you know, pass water, some of the hormone from contraceptive pill go in the sewage, in the river, etc. So when you purify this water, still some hormone. And this hormone disrupt your natural hormonal balance. And we have big problem medically today. Gender identity. And unfortunately, doctor moving with the fashion. The boy want to be girl. They make all medical help to make him girl. He's a boy. You know. So disrupting chemical. Remember two things in bottled water. My humble opinion, avoid it. My humble opinion. Even you want to use this nice blue bottled water, same time, same day, fill it up, take it with you if you want, on the way to work or any place, drink it fresh, no storage. So cancer, carcinogenic chemical, and hormonal thing disrupting the hormonal balance in your body. I'm not going to discuss the environmental problem. Do you know how many million and billion plastic bottles? They don't dissolve. They stay as they are. They need recycling. And we are filling the environment with a lot of plastic bottles. It's a waste. Real waste. If you had once you buy a plastic bottle and fill it with fresh water, but don't leave it long. Long chemical will interact. I was moved a few days ago. 5th September, big study, medical study. By the way, all why I tell you all non-Muslim medical study. They saying it's not essential for two people to look to the face for communication, to know their feeling. I couldn't believe it. You don't need to look to the face. Why I'm bringing this subject? Because all TV newspaper today talking about niqab, veil, covering the face. And you know the common explanation they say? We need to see. We need to know the feeling. We need to communicate, non-verbal, etc. Obviously, niqab is not my specialty. You will have ulama to tell you. All what I know generally, most Muslims do not believe you have to do it as a woman, but some Muslim women choose. You should respect them. And you know there was a university, Birmingham, college stopping women with niqab. 2 days ago, they changed their mind. They allow them. So, in this medical study, 5th September, no need to see the face and know the feeling. Ya salam. When they used to always attack us, we need to see, communicate. By the way, who told you I want my wife? You to communicate with my wife. Who told you I like you to communicate with my young daughter, etc.? Teenage daughter, etc., to communicate. They believe communication between themselves all the time. Chatting, communicating, going out together, being alone together. We don't agree with that. And obviously, from one aspect, as I know generally, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, well-known classic saying that the woman covered her body except face and hand. But there is allowance. Some Muslim scholars, they say there is something about niqab, veil, covering the face. I'm not a scholar anyway. So I'm bringing this issue, a new scientific medical issue. You don't need to see the face as they want to do with our sister and wife and mother. You don't need to see the face. And obviously, as you know, a lot of our communication on the phone. Who is seeing this woman, whether has niqab or hijab or no hijab, etc.? They say you don't need that. Fascinating medical study. In medical news today, 5th September, you don't need to see the face. But here I like to give caution about this subject of veil. I think they have got some point, the non-Muslim. Niqab can be used by a man to commit criminal act, as I done a few months ago in Oxford Street, burglary to jewelry shop. Man with niqab is not woman. Niqab can be sometimes a cover for some terrorist act. Wallahu a'lam. So we need to understand the whole case. But there should be solution for this thing. Prevention or some measure. And now they're discussing today. The court is going to decide today whether to allow women with niqab as a witness and to be seen with niqab or not. So we need to be aware. We know niqab is prohibited in France, as you know. But many sisters came on television the last few days, Allah bless them, and say, we don't believe personally in niqab, and majority of us, we don't do niqab, and we don't force niqab, but they say, choice. You have to give women right to choose. And I think, if I may add here personally, if the woman has got very attractive face, personally, I feel there should be some sort of cover. If she is very attractive, when her face is looking, and we're living in a, with other people in the bus, in the shop, in the office, etc., etc. So a good mark for niqab. And they are wrong to say we need to see for communication, interaction, etc. Few days ago, I was phoned by Somali Muslim in Bristol, in Britain. Dr. Katme, Dr. Majid, please help us. We need your help. What's going on? We're making campaign. They want to force our daughter, our son in school to give them classes on this immoral sex education. And as we know now, pornography, sexual film, to teach our children. Alhamdulillah, he talked to my friend, Christian, active lady and mother, Allah bless her, Antonia Tully, who's working safe at school, or safer at school, connected to my same organization, Society for the Protection of Unborn Children. And we know the leader, Muslim leader in Britain, Yusuf Patel, Allah bless him, who has got also website sreislamic.org. Islamic together.org. He's leading the campaign. He done a great job in East London, Whitechapel, to our hamlet. Many function with parents, and how to put your point of view effectively as a parent. Parents have the right to withdraw their children. Still this right to write letter to headmaster, head teacher, not to attend sex education classes. But unfortunately, they're pushing sex education under science. This is a big trick. We need to do something to avoid that also, because you cannot withdraw from science, but you can withdraw from sex education as a child. So anyway, I arranged for this brother to have contact with these two great people in Britain who are ready, especially Yusuf Patel, who's in London. He said, I'm ready to go anywhere to have function with Muslim parents in school. In fact, we need 1,000 like him. May Allah bless him and reward him. To go in every city to mobilize Muslim parents. They are asleep. What are their children are learning? All filth, immoral, haram. Sex education based on adultery, fornication, contraception before you get married, homosexuality, and even abortion, etc. All haram relationship. In the nice term, sex education. As I said before, we have got our own Islamic, inverted comma, sex education. Maybe one day we'll discuss it in detail, although it's difficult to discuss it in public, to a large public like that. So I'm mentioning this story. Hopefully some Muslim parent will get active, and we need badly Muslim parent to be governor in school to see what's going on. You are allowed. 99% of parents in school are non-Muslim. Why you Muslim parent? You're not getting involved. Free of charge. Get involved. See the curriculum. See the films. They want to put sex education to our Muslim children. And as you know, most schools today have got Muslim children today. Some schools full of Muslim children. Governor. Very important. Please, my dear Muslim parent. Easy to do. And you'll be aware of a lot of things, what's going on. You don't just dump your child in the morning and do what you want after. You need to be aware what they are learning. Are they learning Darwin theory? It's not Islamic. Are they learning about contraception? It's not allowed. Are they learning about sexual immorality, abortion, etc., etc.? You need to be aware of that. So I'm raising this issue. Hopefully, some Muslim parent anywhere will start to be active to get involved in school. The other way, the British way also, to oppose sex education in school, petition. Very easy. Paper, name, address, name, address, or telephone, sign. You put on the top, we are the Muslim parent in your school. By the way, you can get a lot of Christians to add to you. You don't need to say even Muslim parent. A lot of Christians waking up to this danger of immoral sex education in school. We Muslim parents in school, our children in school, we like you to avoid our children learning any sex education. We are responsible to teach them. I mentioned to you last week, big letter, Daily Telegraph, member of parliament, Christian leader, Muslim leader, talking about this issue, emphasizing we, the parent, are responsible. Not you, not school, not government, not Department of Education. So keep this in mind, my dear brother and sister. Another worrying thing, there have been many reports in the past about the poison from eating chicken. Food poisoning is rising. This study, Daily Mail, on 12 September 2/3 of chicken bought in the supermarket cause food poisoning. 2/3 of chicken. That's a lot. And believe me, I will add more than 2/3 with Muslim selling chicken. Because the hygiene, no hygiene in a halal shop. Or when Muslims get involved in making food. Poor hygiene. We are not saying all, but by and large. The non-Muslim are stricter, more fussy about hygiene. With all that, 2/3 of chicken on supermarket has got Campylobacter, dangerous bacteria. Can cause food poisoning. And maybe if someone weak, old, child might be affected and die from the food poisoning. So this is a new news coming again. You know, it came on 12 September. And it has been many reports like this before. This is on top that 95% of halal chicken are not halal. Remember that. They torture the chicken before they do cut. I told you before maybe. They hang the chicken upside down. Abnormal position, head down on a rail. Flapping. Abnormal stress, anxiety, worry, injury to each other. They put the head, big electric water bath. Big electric water bath. Put the head inside hot water full of electricity. What a cruelty. They say, the government said before many years back, 1/3 of chicken die from electricity. Or die from the head inside the water. Munkhaniqa, strangulation. And 3rd way to be killed by the knife after, which is too late in a way. Comparing, you have to do it direct, first time, and no other way of killing. It's a big shubha. Death, you cannot eat an animal, die before you do zabah. Prophet Muhammad way, the only humane way. The only healthy way. The only way for halal chicken. The only way for tayyib chicken. You know, I have my website talking about this subject, you know, halaltayyibmeat.com. www.halaltayyib, meat, M-E-A-T, one word, halaltayyibmeat.com. So anyway, coming back to the chicken, we consume a lot of chicken, Muslim. I believe so-called halal chicken has got the food poisoning higher than the supermarket, I believe. And has got the haram way, cruel way, torture way to our innocent chicken. It's a big shubha, by the way, chicken, and we still eat it a lot. Now, the other fascinating story, subhanallah, is coming again and again. Medical news today, 11 September. Medical news today, 11 September. Health benefit of ginger. Ginger. Not many Arab and Muslim eat it or use it in food. Ginger. In Arabic, zanjabil. Zanjabil. Beautiful. One word in all the Quran. Zanjabil. Ka'san zanjabila in Jannah, in heaven. There are a lot of things mentioned in Jannah, pomegranate and grape and etc., which in dunya we find very healthy. If you take notice of all food items mentioned in Jannah and heaven. Health benefit. Zanjabil. You should store it all the time. Buy it fresh. Obviously, zanjabil plant, you know, very strange looking like that, you know, different branch, etc. You find in many shops, and I think the Asian better than other, or Pakistani, they use ginger, etc. So if I go briefly, usually, my good friend Dr. Jamil Qudsi done series on the Arabic satellite Iqra on the health benefit of ginger. 5, 10 sessions. He wrote books, as I know in Arabic, big book on the health benefit of ginger. The West waking up. We have it in the Quran. Zanjabila. If I give you a summary of this report, medical news today, health benefit of ginger, it's spice flavoring used. Most people use it like that. For nausea, vomiting, especially in pregnancy. For colic, for skin burn, anti-acid, laxative, loss of appetite, bronchitis, cough, arthritis, diarrhea, inflammation of the colon, muscle pain, nausea from chemotherapy, ovarian cancer, asthma symptom, liver damage, high blood pressure, painful period of the woman, migraine. We need 2-3 hours to go through all. This coming by non-Muslim, 11 September, non-Muslim doctor, scientist. 11 September, medical news today. Allahu Akbar. Why don't we read Quran and read Zanjabil? Don't we know everything for hikmah, for wisdom mentioned in the Quran? In fact, I told you maybe before, where are the Muslims to investigate all the food item in the Quran? A lot. Fruit, herb, vegetables. Should be. They are top class, superior food in our religion. Non-Muslim discovering the health benefit. So, be friend with ginger. Frequently and all the time. This is a natural treatment, natural medical treatment, you know. Now, when I was on my way today in the train, finally, maybe this item, in the train today on my way, the Metro, famous free newspaper, as you know, Metro, you pick it up in the train, you read it. The front page, I want you to be aware, my dear brother, hell on earth. Where is it? Hell on earth in Syria. Medical, forget the other. Food need, shelter need, water need, it's a medical. Syria face medical catastrophe. As you know, 2.5 years, daily killing, destruction. Aeroplane, tank, etc., etc. Syria face medical catastrophe after doctor flee abroad. The doctors are targeted. I don't know how many hundred doctors, and when I'm reading about it, have been killed. The nurse, the ambulance, so criminal. At least these people who are sacrificing their life to do humane work. They mention more than 15,000 medics have left the country. 15,000. And badly in need, a lot of injured people. One doctor left for every 70,000. And this will be published in the coming issue, Lancet, the medical magazine, they say. Dr. Hani al-Banna, Allah bless him, founder of the Humanitarian Forum, talk about this, 15,000 who left the country. And same time, we badly need doctors to go. Doctor to go to offer free, fi sabilillah, 1 week, 2 weeks, in all specialty. If anyone interested, contact Muslim Aid, muslimaid.org, and there are many other bodies. And this letter, they say over 500,000 people have been injured. We know over 120,000 killed, and thousands and tens of thousands of widow and orphan. And now 500,000 injured. They need medical help. And third of hospital destroyed. Third. And quarter severely damaged. They worry about breakup of disease. The conclusion signed by 55 doctor and leader signed. This is a new letter to be published in the Lancet medical journal soon. And they say it's the most dangerous place in the world to be a doctor. The most dangerous place to be a doctor. I'm raising this issue first to do a lot of dua to our dying, needy Muslim Syrian people, or Syrian people in general. You know, I'm raising it so some Muslim doctor listening try to do something, volunteer, collect medicine. You know, I know somebody, relative of mine, I trust him, he's taken ambulance in a month or two. He told me, I need £5,000 to collect, to fill it with food and medicine. I'm taking it with other people direct, by road, to the most needy in Syria. Obviously, Muslim Aid is very active, especially in Lebanon and Jordan, and some Iraq now, and some inside to the, so still appreciate your donation for Syrian in need. You just write check Muslim Aid, website muslimaid.org. You know, this is a disaster, a medical disaster, has been going on for 2.5 years. To kill the doctor, to destroy ambulance, to kill the nurse is unbelievable. This will never happen in history. You know, so I want Muslim doctor to do something, to protest, to write letter to member of parliament, shake them up. I want Muslim minister of health in every Arab country. In every Muslim country, what are they doing? All this medical school in Muslim country, Arab country. I want the doctor or an organization, Muslim doctor organization, like BIMA in Britain, British Islamic Medical Association, like MDA, Muslim Doctor Association, MDDA, and other, to mobilize, to make campaign, to write, to protest, to contact a human rights organization, to contact, United Nations, to make relief campaign on a high level, to have safe area inside Syria or north of Syria to deliver, to send doctor, nurse, specialist, medicine, equipment. Is a big disaster, my dear brother and sister. The worst medical disaster. So where are the Muslim doctors? They say in Britain we have 20,000. Where are they? Where are Muslim doctors in every country? Where are doctor organization in Muslim doctor organization? Where are the dean of medical school, minister of health in every country in the world? Where are they? My dear brother and sister, it's a big disaster, going worse daily. And they add to all this disaster chemical weapon. No cure, no treatment, kill in thousands, sudden death. You saw on television, and now unfortunately the whole thing going politic and playing game and tactic and delay tactic, etc. Our innocent women and children and old people are dying every day, if not from the gun, from the wound, etc. They're all dying. And no treatment for medical treatment, etc. So my humble appeal to all Muslim doctor organizations, to all Muslim doctors in UK, abroad in the world, to all Minister of Health. And by the way, it's good to write to Secretary of Health here, Jeremy Hunt, write to him. You have to do something. He's got many Ministers of Health. There should be a meeting with him, with DFID, etc. There should be maybe joint campaign with all Muslim relief organizations. Joint campaign. Apart from food, water, shelter, joint campaign. Medical. Because we have got the biggest medical disaster in history. And this is very inhumane. And by the way, you should mobilize not only Muslim, all doctors in the world. They should care. They have feeling. We should mobilize them all for this good campaign. My dear brother and sister, thank you for watching, and please pray for me. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.